So we have with us today, this is Ken Scott speaking on behalf of Fortis Publishing Gutenberg Press. We have Paula Rooney once again. I had a lovely chat with her the other day in sunny Cornwall. Is it sunny, Paula?
Yeah, it is at the moment. It's cold, but
Fantastic.
it's sunny.
Yeah, we're in Spain, so it's sunny today and it's warm. But I'm not gonna upset you too much. We're here today to talk about your incredible book, and I know sometimes we say, oh, the book's incredible, and we don't really mean it. But I was fortunate enough to get a copy of your book. I hope there's a kettle in my room many months and months ago now, and immediately, me being a little bit of a traveller myself, at the end of the day, I loved it, and it's actually went down very, very well. Lots of reviews, lots of sales. Tell us a little bit about I Hope There's a Kettle in My Room.
Right, well, I didn't actually set out to write a book. I got furloughed for 3 months because I'm in hospitality back in 2020. And I'm sitting in the garden thinking, it came up, a couple of things happened. I'd moved in with my partner in January. My children had all flown the nest, so I'm sitting in the garden, furloughed, thinking, well, I've done my parenting job. What do I do now? What happens now? And I remember when I was in my late teens thinking I'd love to go backpacking. My children have been backpacking, and I thought, it's time for me to go on an adventure. I need to go backpacking. So I thought about it all during the furlough with lots of research, Googling nice places in Europe to visit, because Europe's huge. I didn't have a clue where to go. Bought myself an Interrail ticket and off I went. And as I say, I didn't mean to write a book. I just knew that this was going to be a really important trip. I would plan to stay away about a month, and this was going to be important. And I was journaling it so that I could read it back and remember what happened, because you forget all the details. And I just wanted to remember it all, so I journaled it all, the whole trip.
Isn't that interesting? I'll tell you how interesting it was, because I know you've recently completed the Camino de Santiago as well. Yeah. I cycled the Camino de Santiago back in, pre-COVID it was. And exactly what you said, I wanted to remember it, and I have got a little voice app on my phone, and I started recording after dinner each night everything that I'd done through the day. And funnily enough, that spawned a little book as well. So it goes with the territory, Paula, doesn't it? It's a case of, especially when you're on your own, what do you do in the evenings, you know? You have a glass of wine, you have a beer, you have some nice, and then what do, you know? Journaling your trip is absolutely the ideal way to, I suppose, it's save it for posterity, you know? Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about where you went. Where did you actually go?
Well,
how did you set off? Was it a ferry? Tell us.
I got on a train at Truro station, and the first day I travelled right through to France on the Eurostar. Yeah. So I travelled, got on at Truro, went straight through London, out the other end, and arrived in Paris. And I knew that the first few days I'd got planned, so I was going to visit my son in Morzine, because he was working there in France. So I went to spend a few days with him, which was lovely. And then as soon as I left Morzine, I had no idea where I was going. I had a few vague, I might go to Venice, I might go to Ljubljana. I want to go east, but that was it. So at the end of every night, I got my big Interrail map out, worked out where I was. My geography is rubbish, so I didn't know where any of these places were. Went, got the Interrail map out, I can get that train to there, and I can go there, try and find somewhere to stay, and off I go. And I did that the whole way, making it up as I went along.
So your accommodation, because obviously I'm aware of the female traveller on her own, there can be a little bit of a fear factor there, particularly if you haven't got going with your sons, no problem, you know, you're going to get somewhere and there's going to be a bed there and it's going to be a safe environment. Was there a little bit of a trepidation about going away? Had you done anything like this before, Paula?
No, I've travelled to all the Spanish places, and I've been to Berlin and Amsterdam, but I've never done, this was more than a holiday, this was going to be an adventure. So I liked the fact I didn't know what was going to happen and where I was going to sleep. That was what I liked about it, was the freedom. I didn't want to plan anything, I just wanted to just go with the flow, I knew I'd be safe in hostels. People are safe in hostels. Sometimes I was in a hotel, which was lovely. I sort of mixed it up a bit. Budget-wise, I treat myself to a hotel and then spend 2 nights in a hostel. You know, I just wanted it to be an adventure, not planned. Just go for it and see where you end up.
And had you done anything like that before, like backpack before? No. Can we ask? And B, it's entirely up to you. How old are you? How old were you when you left?
55, and I'm
50.
proud of that.
So mid-50s. That's great. That's tremendous.
I think it's a great time to travel.
Yeah,
Great time.
Brilliant. And I love the aspect of you said you'd done the parenting bit, and that was it, the freedom, and not booking anywhere, and you know, not going just off the hoof sort of thing, just deciding where you go. Now, you have to tell where there must have been some worrying moments, there must have been some dramatic moments. Can you think of any?
Well, I don't want to give too much away in case anybody wants to read it, it'll spoil it, but I have got lost. I did nearly get thrown off a train because they weren't happy with my passport. That was scary. I got lost in the woods. Yeah, there's been a few, but I don't want to give it all away.
Okay, absolutely. That's all we need from that aspect. But Eastern Europe, what was the experience like there?
I loved it. I can't wait to go back.
Where did you go?
I went to Hungary. I went to GND. I can't pronounce any of the names. They're just, I can picture the names, but I don't know how you spell them, how you say them. Český Krumlov was amazing. I had like a mini holiday within my holiday. I had 3 nights there, and that was just a beautiful place. Slovenia was lovely. Lake Bled is pretty, and I went off to the gorge. Got lost there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Fantastic. And people, how do people take to a middle-aged solo female adventurer? How do the people respond to you? What was it like?
I didn't get any negative or positive things. I was just a traveller. Once you've got your backpack on, you're just a traveller.
Yeah. So obviously, I think you have got the bug because you just came back from the Camino de Santiago. Is it something that you want to kind of like plan little trips every couple of years from now on until you can't? Similar age to me, I'm a little bit older, Paula, but I'm a very active guy as well, and I always think to myself, I'm going to keep going because one day I'll not be able to keep going.
There is that element to it because as you get older, you don't know what's around the corner. And also, when you've been parenting for 25 years and it's taken up so much of your time, and now you're not parenting, the freedom, I can book a holiday, I can do what I like now.
It's tremendous.
Yeah, so I haven't planned anything, but then the Camino I got a book at Christmas, I got given the Briley book at Christmas, and then I'm on the Camino by August, so I do react to things, so I don't know where I'm going next.
Yeah, you must have a very understanding partner. He just said, or does he just not like you? Get away, he said. Off we go, Paula.
No, he appreciates I need the freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, we holiday together as well, but you know, these little trips I do on my own. I've only done 2. You know, he appreciates I need to do them.
So you've got tell our podcast listeners as well. You've got the Camino book coming out very shortly. When do you hope to have that published?
I'm on my 3rd rewrite, and it's almost there. Might be ready for you to read soon. Good.
And next adventure?
No idea. That's what's so exciting.
Yeah, get Christmas out the way, Paula, and then start planning. So again, I think we've done the same in a similar video. You've got the stages open to you for 1 minute. Think about it. Why should anybody buy your book?
Well, everyone has enjoyed my book, male, female, young and old. Anyone who likes travelling, whether you want to physically do it or just read about someone who's done it. If you want, and it's been described on my reviews, go to my reviews. They say more than I could say. They're fantastic, really heartwarming. I'm thankful for every one of them. But they say people have been inspired to travel. People have been inspired to, just that last little push. I want to do it, but because I didn't know what I was doing, I'm not a seasoned traveller. I just bought an Interrail ticket and I went. So anybody can do it. You know, anyone. Just go and enjoy life. Have some fun.
Tremendous. Paula, you're a true inspiration. I think if we were to describe your book, it would be inspirational. As you say, never done anything like that before. The book is called I Hope There's a Kettle in My Room, because this lady is a big tea drinker, I believe. Wonderful title. Also short. She's got a cup of tea with her there. I've just got a bottle of water. Paula, I'm boring, you know. I believe it's been shortlisted for the Fortis Publishing Book Title of the Year. So I wish you all the best on that. But even getting it shortlisted is a true honour. There was lots and lots of books coming, and I think the shortlist is about 10, if I remember right. So look out for that, and get your friends and people who've read your book to vote on that Fortis title. I believe it's mid-December, the first week in December, the voting opens. So get your friends to vote for that title. But Paula, it's been a true pleasure, a real pleasure, and I wish you all the best with your book.
Thank you. Thank you.